All right, I don't have one of them camera thingies, so I can't do, well, what is those things called? I don't know, but I don't have one of those thingies, so I'm gonna use my hands. All right, part 2. Okay, so this time around on my foolish journey, we're gonna see what the first modification that I actually did to this thing, if it made any difference. Now, mind you, I did take off the factory exhaust pretty much from, I wanna say from the cat's back, and it's 2.5 instead of 2 inches, whoop-de-doo. But I don't think it's much to really make a difference. So anyway, so the main thing with this one is the NBS fan swap. And that's pretty much taking off your factory clutch fan, getting rid of that thing, chucking it. It's a parasitic draw, it sucks, and it sucks up power. Now, of course, you're gonna talk to the high dollar guys and the high talent shows. Oh, well, it's not that bad. You just don't have any horsepower. I know I don't have any horsepower. That's the whole point of this. But anyway, so if you actually go and watch Engine Masters, I mean, dude, if you don't have a subscription to Motor Trend and watch Engine Masters, you absolutely should. There's all kinds of gems and whatnot that you'll find in that show. So one of the ones that they did do is that they did a real life on the dyno pretty much stats to see how much power those fans actually pull. And they did different styles. You had some that was the aftermarket with no clutch. You had some that was the plastic ones with a clutch, plastic ones without a clutch. They did so many different ones. And you will see that it does draw power, absolutely. So after doing that, I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's see what that does for you. People are gonna ask, people are gonna look online to see, hey, what can I gain from an actual, fan swap? So I don't have a dyno guy yet. Eventually one day I will have a dyno guy, but until then, we're gonna continue to use Mexico streets as my dyno. Draggies, they're great. Highly recommend you get one if you're planning on going this direction with your vehicle. Doesn't have to be a pickup, obviously it can be anything. So you already seen how we did the first one and how eventually I had to get to learn how the truck ran its best time with just bone stock for the time being. So now we got that out of the way. It's time to get some pulls and run it and see what it does with the NBS swap. Okay, hold on a second. Just to give y'all a quick look, I know I did already post a video of how to do the NBS E-fan swap, but now I'm just gonna give you a quick sense of what the heck is going on. All right, so ignore the freaking car, man. Got a lot of crap going on, but so I decided to run with the buttons. So I have the button up top, the button down below. This one I don't have hooked up to anything just yet, but if you listen real close, there we are. You hear them cutting on. That's something I decided to do recently, and that's because watching Motion Raceworks. I mean, if you guys aren't on, I guess, Motion Raceworks channel, you should definitely check them out, because they have something called Tech Tip Tuesdays. On a Tech Tip Tuesdays, they give you info for relays, cooling advice, all kinds of things, timing. There's a lot of things that even though they operate on a high level, there's still things you can get as far as information wise from checking out their Tech Tip Tuesdays. Still got some tidying up to do here. I'm just gonna pop the hood. Oh yeah. Okay, so once again, quick look. There's the E-fans. They're the NBS E-fans. Like I said, you guys already know that. Like I said, it's just kind of like a quick review. Still got to put these away because I just got recently done doing something with the wiring, but that's a whole nother story. So fans are in, and this is the bracket that I had made. I actually have two of these brackets made. One is black and actually made out of metal. This one is aluminum. I actually got lucky in a place that I went to actually do like the crease, the 90 degree with a brake. I went to one of the local spots kind of in the township that I work in and took my piece of steel that I got off of eBay so that way they can bend it and get it to do what I needed to do. But I was lucky, they actually had a piece of aluminum that just fit the bill. So I definitely took it, and I get a guy I think like 20 bucks, but he looked out, seriously, man. Another cool part is it kind of makes it easier to listen and like diagnose sounds because it's a lot quieter when you start it, especially when the fan's not on. All right, now let's turn them on. There it is. So back to this first run so we can see how it starts to do. All right, so that was the first one, and honestly, I wasn't sure which direction it was gonna go, but it's obviously, looking at the numbers, it's making a difference. So that right there let me know that, all right, we're working with something here. But of course, like I said, I make multiple passes to make sure it's not a fluke, and also I try to see if I can get even a freaking decimal fraction of a second out of it. So let's see what the second one does, and hopefully I can go even faster. Okay, so last run, this is it. Let's see what kind of numbers we can get consistently, because once again, like I said, off camera, I make a lot more passes. So there's definitely a lot more data than what you're seeing right now, but I want it to be as consistent as possible. So this is the last one, and then we'll call it quits and then see how fast it'll go. So that's it, man. I mean, the question was, will you gain any performance from swapping it out on a factory setup? Absolutely. You gain numbers. No, I'm not out here gaining multiple seconds off of a mod, but that's not possible. That's just not how it goes. Yeah, if you're interested in doing this swap, man, it's beautiful. With as far as the air conditioning goes, I mean, shoot, you can go back and actually check out my previous video, which is installing these things, and I installed the AC, and it definitely helps out, especially when you're sitting in idle traffic. But even from that logical daily driver standpoint, even from a performance standpoint, I mean, the thing's great. The only thing that I can say is you do notice that after you're making pass after pass and you start putting heat into it, you definitely do start to see the temperature gauge go up a little bit, but it honestly goes back into normal range because I have a 160-degree thermostat along with these fans. So I run genuinely cool. I run generally cool anyway, and that's how I like it, actually. So, all right, man, we'll see you on the next one. And the next one, I believe, is when I do the gears, and that made a huge difference. All right, man, see you on the next one. Peace.